When I was tasked to talk about this personal humanities project, something immediately popped up in my head that truly changed my life, and that was Pink Floyd's "Dark Side of the Moon" album. It was recorded between 1972 to 1973, composed by Nick Mason, Richard Wright, Roger Waters, and David Gilmour. It's arguably one of the best-selling albums of all time, and considered, like, most people consider it the greatest album to ever be recorded. Um, it has sold about 50 million copies till today, and people around the world love it and makes an impact on millions. And I'm most certainly one of them. Um, it stayed on the Billboard charts for 741 weeks, which is about 14 years, which is truly insane to me. Um, I discovered it around seventh grade. That's around the time when all the music that my dad listened to, like the AC/DCs, the Led Zeppelins, the Pink Floyds, and I started listening to them too. They didn't just become something that my parents listened to that I got annoyed when they like played it, um, and it truly connected with me, and it really did change my life and my perspective on everything. I even wrote a one of the colleges that I applied to. I wrote an essay about one of the songs called "Time," and I just want to share why it's so important to me, and I hope why I can spread the positivity so people can really look at it. Um, when you listen to the Dark Side of the Moon as that whole album, uh, it's not your typical album like, oh, this all the songs are like divided, kind of all their songs are their own theme or have their own message. The Dark Side of the Moon is a group of songs that are made to be in harmony. They're made to listen to like the album together. It's about 48 minutes, and when I advise you to first look at it or to first listen to it if you've never done it, is to just sit through it and see why it can impact you so much. Um, we talk about like our fragmented culture and because of social media and the world, and we we're not just limited to what people around us or people in our town think of anymore, right? Like, we have the connection with the whole world, so we're able to take in the whole world's point of view, not just like one little section of where you live. um, so it makes us have split values and split dividedness, but uh, this album captures something that we all have in common, and that's things like time, our life, being born, dying, uh, dealing with money. And that's why I think it's so impactful around the world, because no matter your views, your political values, where you're from, like your situation, like we're all gonna experience the same things that are sung about in this album. Um, so, for example, the first song, "Speak to Me," it starts with a heartbeat, and it foreshadows like all the sounds and all the songs from when you keep going through the album. Like, it makes money sounds like in the song "Money," or the screams from "The Great King in the Sky," or the little clocks from the song "Time." And it's just a heartbeat, and it's simulating us being born and us basically like having a whole life ahead of us. And in the ending, in the song "Eclipse," it's that same heartbeat, but it's slower, and there's no music. Everything is coming to an end, and at the end, that heartbeat cuts out, but the song doesn't end. The song is just silence for about 20 seconds after that, and that just signals like our death. Fun fact, this is off topic, but back then you would record they would record music on really long tapes, and um, if you were done with that old music, you would record on top of on top of that tape. um, and when recording in Abbey Road Studios, which is where it was recorded, um, it's been made famous by the Beatles. that tape of the last song, Eclipse, if you really pay attention and you turn up your volume, you will hear a Beatles song. And that's because they recorded over the tapes, but some of that tape was still left. So you can actually still hear that Beatles song to this day. I just thought that was a cool fact to talk about. Um, so yeah, like for instance, the song "Time," it for example, the lyrics, there's a thing that says right here, and you run, and, and you are young, and life is long, and there is time to kill today. And it's something that we all experience, right? A bored youth, like wasting time, having fun with our friends, like time isn't any of our concerns. It's not my concern. I feel like I have my whole life ahead of me. Um, but then this cuts right through the middle of the song, and there's this huge guitar solo by David Gilmour, which is strange because when you listen to rock, guitar solos are usually at the end. It's sort of like a climax, like it's the bridge to the ending, like it gives like the song a punch. But in Time, the solo cuts in midway, um, and it sort of like cuts the anxiety of the lyrics to a fast solo and desperate. Um, and for a minute straight, it's just desperate cries of the guitar. But then towards the end of the solo, it becomes warm, sort of like you're accepting that your youth has passed by you, and then it hits you with these lyrics saying plans that either come to naught or half a page of scribbled lines, right? So all your time, all the things that you visioned yourself doing in life didn't happen. And right there, just like scribbled lines, like you never did them, and your life has almost came to an end, and you feel like you've gone anywhere. And these lyrics especially connected to me because that's not what I want my life to end up like. You know, to I want to have checks, not scribbled lines. And I feel like these lyrics anybody of any age can connect to, right? Because I can say like, you know, I don't want my life to be like that. I want to fulfill all my dreams and goals. And someone who's maybe older than me might go back and say like, wow, like I really have like wasted my time, God forbid, or wow, like this isn't me. So I feel like that's why Time is such a good song. Um, and then the song Money, it just talks about like greed and but also at the same time happiness. You know, money is the root of all evil, but we all face with it, and a lot of us probably want it, like myself included. And then there's this particular song, and when you flip the record over, it's the second part of the record. It's the Great Gig in the Sky, and it's this lady just yelling and yelling and yelling. And if you just didn't know anything about that, you'd be like, why is there a song about just a lady yelling? And it's sort of like a crying for the inevitable, right? Like you realize that we don't have that much time left on this earth, so we cry and we fight about it. But then the song at the end mellows out, and it's sort of this acceptance once again of going and accepting that our life is truly short, and there's nothing at all that we can do about it. And that's just examples of why I love this album so much. I still get goosebumps to this day thinking about it. That's why I really wanted to talk about it. Um, so thank you so much. I hope that you listen to it if you haven't already. I'm guessing you probably have. I hope. But thank you.